Alright guys, girls, everybody watching, so we're back for part 2. I did end up putting it back into the pot and put the soil back in, watered down the soil so the roots could get some moisture after seeing how dry it is. I'm actually using the bow to mark where I think the front view should be. So for right now, it's leaned back quite a ways, but that's okay. We can adjust that whenever we go to pot it up later. I am thinking that I do want it to come more at a slant like this though, because that will allow me to use the twin trunk, and that smaller branch is more or less saying, well, hey, you were getting shaded out a little bit by your bigger trunk, and that's why that one thrived more than what you did. So that's my thought process behind that there. So I probably should have grabbed something earlier to wedge underneath it, but I completely forgot, as always. So I found a little rock real quick. I'm gonna lift it up, wedge it. Just a little bit. That's all I'm looking for. So that's what I'm gonna go for here. I'm gonna go through now and just trim up a few of these branches still that I didn't get trimmed in the previous video. And then we're going to have to go through and make some decisions here on what we're going to keep and what we're not going to keep. There's a few back branches I'm going to end up getting rid of because they are too thin and doubling up. I am coming through though. I know in the last video I said I was probably going to leave some of the middle branches, but I'm going to trim off most of those. And I'll keep like one or two. But for the most part, I'm going to be getting rid of all the other ones here. So I think for now, I'm going to, let's see, which one would I rather keep? I think I'm actually going to end up keeping this lower one here, so let's get this little guy out of here from right above it. They're not only in line, but they're not only in line one on top of the other, but they were so close yet too that there really wasn't going to be much room to wiggle that either way. And then this one's got some good branches that are forming and coming out, and then some good buds. So I think this is going to have a great opportunity here. I will end up coming in though and just nipping the tips on these two. Just try to bring that one back a little bit. So that one's cleared out. Let me bring this around here. So here's an awful example of what's going to be a problem here. So this middle branch right here, I think I'm going to get rid of. This one, I'm going to work its way towards the back to give it some good dimension in the back. And then this one, I may end up working out towards the front. So I'm going to get rid of this little branch right above it here. That's gone. And then I need to get rid of this branch right here. Okay. So if I bring that one to the back and this one to the front, I don't know. I feel like these are even stacked too close together. So we're going to keep thinking about that one. Coming into, I'm going to have to bring you up a little bit. Alright, so now we're up into this little intersection up in here. And it is a mess. We have to get a lot of this out. So I'm going to use that as the apex to keep running. So this one's going to be too thick for a branch up here, and this one's too thick for a branch up here. So both of those are going to end up having to go. Get rid of one, two. So that cleared up a lot up in there. And even this one right here is too thick for a branch up there because it's too far ahead of the ones down here that should be thicker. So I'm in your way right now, but I'm getting rid of that one. So then from there, we have a few little ones around the back here that we need to figure out what we want to keep. This one has some great natural movement already, but again, it's just a little bit too thick, so I think I'm going to keep this thinner one this time. So I just need to get in there and nip off this one, but be careful because that thin one is so close that I don't think I'm going to use the concave cutters yet because I don't want to take that one out. So then right in here we have this guy, then we have this little one right here, and we have this one. I think I'm going to take out these two bigger ones and leave the small ones. That way everything is about where we need it to be. Alright, so I'm going to come in now because now I actually have more room. I'm going to come in here and clean up those little cuts. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. So now we've dealt with this section here for the time being. I am going to leave this one. That actually, in all honesty, that may become the new apex running up. So for now, I'm not going to do anything with this, because if I choose to use that as my new apex, there's no point in me spending time working on this one. So we'll just leave this one alone to work on growing healthily. I'm not sure that's a word, but we'll go with it. So for the time being, I'm going to run some wire up the apex and we will get some shape into that. So let me run some wire up that one and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I took a little break there for a minute. I went and I was helping my son. He wants to whittle a wooden ring. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I drilled him out some wood real quick and then got him a set of carving knives out so that he could work with that. Don't worry, my son is not super young. He's actually almost a full-grown human adult at this point, which is, it blows my mind, but that's what life is. So you'll notice that there's a wire just chilling out to the side up here. Well, I didn't exactly wire this one all the way up because we haven't even started on that side. We only started on this side, but I wanted to make sure I had the wire running everywhere that I wanted anyway. So all I'm going to do from here is basically just hook and grab this and just bring it out a little bit. And I'm going to grab behind it and bring it back a little bit. And I tell you what, Tony was right. This wire is amazing and I really do like it. It has made life a lot easier, especially with some of these bigger trees. And don't mind me, I just brain slept a little bit there. Forward, out, then up, and then back. So now, yes, this one's off to the side over here, but I really am leaning towards this as my new apex to keep that running. So I think that's how I'm going to go with that one. So this one may end up being a problem, but for now I'm just going to let that stay up like there. I think I'm going to wire this one to the back now. Bring this one to the front. I'm going to start to train it to grow towards the front, and I may end up using this as a piece of dead wood at some point in time. So for now, let's just give it a little bit of movement, and we will decide later what our plans are with it. All I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wrap the wire around the wire itself down here. And that wire is going to end up being my main anchor point. I'm then going to come up and around and just begin to take it all the way out. Try not to pinch any of the little guys that look like they can be branches in the process. So for the time being, this is going to be my plan. I'm going to take it and bring it down, and then to the front, up, back to the side. I'm going to rotate this just a little bit. Just to kind of give it just a little bit of movement there. So that's my plans with that one. The one that I need to bring to the back, I do need to take to the back now, just so that we don't find ourselves in a sticky situation here. So I'm actually just going to come in and take a double measurement here, because I'm going to take this one and keep this one straight out to the side here while I bring this one to the back out that way. So quick measurement there. Let's see, so the way I'm going to go about this one is, again, I am going to use the wire as my main anchor point so that it's not going to mark into the tree at all. And then I'll come in let's do the bottom one first. So I'm going to come off of the main wire, I'm going to come around here and just begin to get the wire going here. And then, so I'm not as concerned about dodging the needles as what I am on where the branches have started to go. So I'm going to take this and turn it so that I do have this as an option still if I want to use it later. This one I'm actually going to bring in this way, down, back out. I'm going to give it a turn here so that the branches are all in the direction I want. Bring it up and then back down just a little bit. Now that I brought way too far forward because I want that over here. So we're going to want to bring it to the front from here and then back. So for the time being, I'm going to pop that one to there. Then the big guy that I really wanted to get moved will be the last one I wire on this side. And that's only because I just want to get this pushed to the back. So I want it to begin its journey back in that direction, so that hopefully in the future, that is exactly where it chooses to stay with. So once I get it back, I'm going to bring it down. I'm I'm going to bring it back to the front a little bit and hook it back to the back. Curve it. And that's my plan with that one there. So we may bring this up just a little bit higher. And these two we're just going to let sit for now. So it's not a lot, but it gives it just a little bit of something here. We're still waiting to decide on the top up here, which I'm pretty sure is going to be this one. So maybe I should throw just a little piece of wire on there as well, just to get that one growing in the upright direction that we want. So I'm going to take that little piece of wire here. And I'm going to drop it down. And hook it around the main wire again. And then avoiding to hit any of what looks to be little branches coming in and new buds. We will take this up to what I want to be the top, which will be over and in through here. So then, now that we got that one on there, we're going to take it this way, and then back out, and then up. So since we know that that's where we want that top to be, I'm now going to come in and take off right here. So there we go. That's going to be our new leader here. So we're going to basically, we're just coming up through here, running up, out, in, and then up. And then the rest of this we're going to leave alone for now, and we will see where we end up going with it. So now we're going to rotate onto this side right here. So onto this side to start out. I actually really like how full this little branch is down here. Let's come up through the middle first, and I have this branch in here that I don't like, so that's gone. Then I have a few little ones up and in here. We're not going to worry about those for now because I'm not even sure if we're going to run it like that. We've got max height on this one sitting right here, so I think we're going to stop this one right around the same area. So I believe I'm actually going to grab this as my new leader running up. So if I was to get rid of that and take this as my new leader, I actually really like that. Because it's coming in and we've got taper. And it's hard because this is the front view from over here, so we've got all these in the way right now. So saying that that is my front view, then for starters, this one has to go. I can't use it for much of anything. So that one's gone now. I'm just going to trim it back just a little bit more in here. This one I can still use, but okay, so let me get you lined up here. Front view is right here. Yes. Possible new leader is right here. Or even back here, I could bring that up. I think I'm going to stick with this one. So we're running up, up, and then with this is the new leader coming in. I think that could actually work really, really nicely. I like the way that that's moving upwards. So that's what we're going to end up doing. Let's go ahead and get a good look-see right in here, because we're going to get rid of this piece. I'm just going to come in from the top it down, And then I'm going to come in and clean it up right in here. Alright, so that takes care of that, which then kind of tells me I may have taken my thick wire up about as far as I can go with it for now. I'm just going to bring it in here, and it's going to end its journey. Give me 1 second here. It'll end its journey right there. So that takes care of that big wire there. Now we know that I need to get some wire up to this one. So I'm just gonna go. All right, that looks like good length. I like to leave a little bit of room in between my wire and a trunk so I don't have to worry about, just in case I don't get to it in time. I was going to take it around the back, but I need to cut paste all those things, or all the little marks I put in there, so we are going to not run it over top of the cut that I just did. So now we've got that one in a pretty good spot there. So with this one moving the way that it is, I think I'm going to try and take this one out a little bit. So that came out good. Let's see if I can get any more out of it here. Alright, and right here at this top intersection, I want to begin to bring it back. Then from here, I'm going to take the little bit and then up. Alright, so I feel like we got some good movement right there. I definitely did pinch one of the branches when I was originally putting that on there. So now we're back into here, and I'm looking again, and I'm like, man, that could be a nice branch, but that one's going to be way too thick for... It's too thick for as high up as it is right now with how thin my lower branches are. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm just going to grab the concave cutters, and in one snip, just clip it all out. So that clears that out. So this branch is now going to take over for there. So we've got our front view in here. I think I might actually bring this back just a little bit more. I also think I'm going to bring this one forward a little bit. And then take it back. Yes. That's what I want right there. So yes, there is a lot of big branches up here for now. And I do need to start choosing which ones I'm going to get rid of. but I don't want to get rid of too much. But I also don't want the inverse taper that's going to come from if I don't get rid of it. I see some inverse taper starting to form right in here, which is not awesome. But I did a lot of big cuts. So I think with the number of big cuts I did, I may end up ending that one with no more cuts. So now we might just focus on getting some wire in here to decide on where we're gonna go. Let's see. We have this nice big guy back here, so that we're definitely going to keep as a back branch. So we need to get some wire for that one so we can keep it running the way that it needs to be. And I'm going to end up wiring these both out on this one. So let's go ahead and get some wire here. I'm just going to bring this one in through right here and bring this other one around from the front. So the one from the front I'm going to bring and just continue to take around through here. And then I'm dodging the buds and the branches. Then we've got this other one that came from right here. And I'm actually going to bring that across. I'm going to bring it down. And it's going to end up crossing over top of the other wire. So I'm going to leave it loose there. And then cross across the front. This one's got a lot of buds on it, so I really want to be careful with where I place the wire because I'm not sure. I know I'm not going to keep it this big, but I also like having the options. So that's where I'm going to go with that one. So now I want to bring this one down. This one I'm going to bring out, up, and then back down again. And this one I'm going to take out this way. I'm going to bring that one down as well, and then back up just a little bit. Just give it that little bit of movement towards the back there. This little guy I'm still undecided on. I feel like it might be too thin for down here, so we're just going to let it grow for now and see what it does. This one's really close, but I feel like we could bring this one and actually begin to shift it more towards the front here so that we have our 3 different planes running. But at the same time I have this one up here, which is going to end up having to go because it's just way too thick right there. So that's tough. That's a really tough option here. Oh man. Because this one would be great as well with how thick that one is. But we have to think of that about the long run here, and the long run says we can't really do that. So I'm just going to come in and try to stop the growth by just nipping off the ends here in hopes that maybe I can get the rest of it to catch up to where this is at for this one. As well as that one. These ones I'm not going to trim because I want them to thicken. I want that one to thicken. I actually like this one a lot more than that one, so I am going to end up cutting this one off right here. Sorry, that was super loud. So now we have these two gargantuans right here, and they should go, but I don't want to risk it with how much else I've cut off. I have 1, 2, 3 big ones almost all at the same spot, which are going to cause an inverse taper issue, but I think I might hold off until spring and deal with that issue then. Possibly one of these may even become the new leader, depending on how we go from there. So let me get this prop back up where I want it at. And that's going to be about it for now. We've got the front right here, and then we'll come around and look down on it. So this guy's going to end up going away. So we've got movement running all the way around here. We have some movement coming out the back side on this one. Then we have a lot we have to get rid of. So come spring, we may have to make a decision on if we're going to do root work or do more cutbacks. I may do the root work and then deal with the cutbacks later on that one. But we'll just have to see what time brings us. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out greatly, as well as your comments. Give me a comment. Even if you don't like what I did, go ahead, leave a comment down below about what you didn't like. And I mean, if anything, it just leads us into a discussion to figure out what you would have done in that situation compared to what I did. So feel free to leave me a comment down below. Either way, it works for me. If you could subscribe to my channel, that would help me out a lot, and I would appreciate it. And if you really like my videos, hit the bell notification so you can be notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.